it's easy to search, right? So if you do not organize it, then you cannot search easily, and then it takes time, then nobody uses the software. So the same way that why do we organize things in the physical world?
To search the
To get the
Right?
items.
For example, we have dresses at one cupboard, right? We have kitchen stuff in kitchen. So because why do we do that? That again is organizing the things in the physical world, isn't it? The same way that we organize stuff in the physical world. We need to organize stuff in right? So we need to organize the stuff in the logical world, that is in the software world. The information organization is very important. So why do we need information organization? Because software is basically used for storing stuff faster and retrieving it faster, right? So when can we retrieve it faster?
when it is organized in a particular manner.
Exactly. When we know that when it is an organized, then we can retrieve it faster. That is the reason this. So this array is one of the data structures, and array list is similar to that comes in collection. So one of the characteristics of an array is, let me share the screen. So what is one of the characteristics of an array is the data is stored. How is data stored in an array?
With the index.
Yeah, exactly. Data is, one is with the index, second is data is stored in consecutive memory locations. Right? If you say that array of 10 items, let's say array of 10 students, then 10 students are stored in a consecutive memory locations. Right? That is the property of an array. Okay. So arrays are basically, so while declaring what are the things that are contained in array, array at the time of declaration of an array, it has to be like data type. You see here, int. So int array means what? You can store only integer values, right? Similarly, if you say float array, you can store only the floating. Similarly, instead of integer, it could be a custom data type like a class. Let's say you have a student array. So then what do we store in that array?
Details of students, name, ID.
Okay, the details of the students. But the student details are, is it a single field or multiple field?
Multiple field.
Multiple. So then basically is how do we store that? How is it organized? If it is a multiple fields?
With class.
Based on index.
Instance variables.
Yeah. So the way this is organized, if it is, let's say, class. So, for example, let's say you have student, then array equal to new student, let's say 10, right? This is an array of 10 students. So then basically so it will have a zero index 0. What will contain? An address of student 0 object, which internally, that is basically an address, which has again the values of, it points to name, phone number, or whatever is the fields required, phone, email, all. That is how an array is organized. Whereas if it is a custom data type, whereas an integer, if it is an integer, how is it organized? If it is integer, at a location, actual value of integer is stored. You understand the difference? So did you all understood the difference? Swati,
Yes.
did you understand the difference? Prashant?
Yes, sir. Array starts with index 0, and for custom data type, it stores multiple values. For
Yeah, but it stores the multiple values at 0, that at location, it is the address of the student object is stored.
uh,
It's a pointer. Actual values of student values are stored
an
from
object.
this. There is that address at that particular location. Because these three require 3 different fields, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? So name
Yes.
requires separate field, phone requires separate field, email requires separate field. So now the values of name, phone, and email will not be stored at 0. At what is being stored is address of the student object. Student 0 object is stored. At 1, address of student 1 object is stored. Whereas if it is a simple primitive data type, actual values are stored at memory location. So that is the difference between using the arrays for custom data type versus arrays for the primitive data type. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So then one more thing is, if the index starts with 0 and ends with, if it is the array of 10, then index is first element is at 0, not at 1. You have to use the index of 0. And the last index is the size minus 1, that is 9. Okay. So this is what you need to clear. So if you try to access array of 10, if you declare 10 and try to access the 10th element, what will happen?
Index array out of bound.
Yeah, array index out of bounds exception comes. Okay. So you have to, if it is a size of 10, then you have to access the values from 0 to 10
Nine.
minus 1.
10 minus.
Okay. So array is the collection. Array is collection, whereas actual collection is contains array list. When we go there, we will tell you the difference between array versus array list. Array is fixed size, array list is dynamic size. Like that, there are differences between array versus array list. Array list is actually comes under Java collections, where we will talk about. Once the array is declared as a fixed size, you cannot change it. But array list, it dynamically gets increased, right? That's the difference between array list versus array. Okay. So array in Java is index based. The first element starts with 0 and last element is size minus 1. And arrays are 2 different types. Or you can have a one-dimensional array and 2-dimensional array. Can somebody tell me what is a 2-dimensional array? What's the difference between 1-dimensional versus 2-dimensional array?
We can store elements in the form of matrix in two-dimensional array.
Exactly, right? So basically 2-dimensional is, it's like rows and columns. We see matrices, right? So rows and columns. So the data is being stored by row and column. So for example, so this is how this is the declared as a 2-dimensional array. Okay. So and then arrays can be declared in 2 ways, right? So this is one way of declaring is the 2-dimensional array. This is another way of declaring the 2-dimensional array. What is the difference between that and this? These two, what is the difference between these two?
New keyword is
first-
different, sir. In first one, new keyword used and they mention the size, and second word they directly then mention the elements.
Exactly. So the first, this is called the declaration of 2-dimensional array. This is called declaration plus initialization. So the difference between these two is, this is you are declaring at the same initializing the values.
Yes, sir.
Right? Here you are just declaring the 2-dimensional array. Right? The same applies to the same applies to the 1-dimensional array also here. Right? So this is declaration of one-dimensional array, where int array, int. Here, this is declaration plus initialization. Okay. So here in this case, what do you have to do? Then you have to initialize the values separately. You have to initialize array of 0 equal to 2. Like this, you have to initialize the values. Okay. So this is how you need to do. So if you want this and whatever it is done here, that can be done with this way. And if you know the values, you can go for this, but you don't know the values, you want to dynamically get the values and store it, then you need to go for this declaration. And the values, let's say you want to fetch from somewhere and store it in the array, then you need to go for the first type. If you want to know the values, then you need to do this thing. So one is just a declaration, and the second is called declaration plus initialization. Okay. Right. Let me just show you some of the programs of arrays. How do you use arrays? Okay. So this is how you can write the program. So you will declare the integer array, and yeah, how do we use the arrays in a loop? Regular for loops. What is the declaration? You in the regular for loop.
Start condition.
Yeah, exactly.
Start
for
condition.
Int I equal to 0.
0.
So this
I
is right. I
condition.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I less than 4. I plus
I
plus.
increment.
Right. This is how the declaration. But for arrays, you can use like this. For int I and array, and then you can access it.
Sir,
okay. Yeah.
I is our wish, sir. Int I.
Sorry?
Sir, here we take the I. It is
So if let's say print it here, let's let run it, then you will know the difference. How many of you actually installed Eclipse and practicing there? See, you see here, what did I do? Int I
array.
and array. Array is array and I.
What
so
is
then
I,
when you
sir?
print the values, it is actually printing the array / I. Index directly the values you see here, it is printing 33, 3, 4, and 5. That is
Yes,
what the
sir.
values here.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So for
Sir, I
arrays,
means it is an index value, sir.
exactly. I is an index plus the values also both.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So when we say
May I take anything instead of I?
yeah, you can put, so let's say if you can say J, and then you say J here, and then run
It
it.
should be same as that array return type.
Exactly.
Okay, sir.
So then when you run it, so it will print it, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this
Okay,
is
sir.
one way of using the for loop for arrays, and this is the another way of using. You can also use it this way.
Okay, sir.
Here also you can say this and then print array of I. That also is possible. Right? So that is one. So let's look at the second program. This is the 2-dimensional array. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So how do we this what is 2-dimensional array? Int array. So I have a 2-dimensional array of 3 rows and 3 columns. And how do we read and print it? So this is the row wise.
Sir,
Yeah.
please explain 6th line, sir. Int array 2-dimensional. That I can't
This
understand.
statement you want to explain?
Yes, sir. That statement.
Okay. So if you look at this statement, So what is this? Basically, you have, this is row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, and row 1, column 3. This is row 2, column 1, row 2, column 2, row 2, column 3. Row 3, column 1, row 3, column 2, and row 3, column 3. Okay?
But you said it's a two-dimensional array, but you take
Right.
three things, then how it is possible?
3 by 3 matrix, that is.
Now this
Three
is 3
columns.
by 3 matrix. This
Flower
is,
bracket,
see,
one
when it, you know about the matrix, right? You've seen the matrix, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So row wise and column wise.
Yes, sir, I know.
Okay, so this is the first row. This is
Yes,
One, two,
first
three.
row.
first row. Okay, sir. Second row,
This is
third row.
second row.
Okay,
This is third row.
okay, sir.
Okay, so that's why I is row index and J is column index. So when you print this, that's how it will print. If we run it,
Sir, but
Yeah.
here only you take only two-dimensional array, but why you
Right.
take three, sir?
Yeah,
Because
this is size, right? We know that I have hard coded to 3 values.
No, within the flower bracket, we need to take that. I
So
consider
let's
as one
say if
value.
I add here 4, then what do I need to do? 6, 7. Now what?
J value
3
need to be
rows and
changed.
4 columns. So you have to increase it to 4 here. Right? And if you add one more here,
4 by 4.
yeah, then it will become 4 by 4. Is it clear, Swati?
sir, actually, if we take two only, we can.
So now this is a 4 by 4. Right? This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4.
Yes,
And
sir.
there are 4 columns. 4 rows and 4 columns, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now if I run this, see, it prints. Okay. All right. So this is about the array. And then do you know about
Sir,
matrix?
Sir,
Do you remember the matrix multiplication?
yes, sir.
Okay. Can somebody tell me how do you multiply 2 matrices?
Row 1, column, sir. Row 1 into column. Row 1 into column 1, sir. 1, 2, 3, I have.
Row
1 into 9 plus.
column. Yeah, 1 into 9 plus.
1. 1 minute, sir.
Okay.
1 into 9.
Sir, 1 into
1 into
1
8,
into 9.
1 into 7.
So row wise and column wise. The way multiplication is, you have to take this row wise
Column
and you have
wise.
to take this column wise.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Okay, sir.
similarly, this one you have to take second row on this thing. So that is called the matrix multiplication. Okay. So this is the program. I'll share this. You can take it up live.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, by declaring multi-dimensional array, I can initialize number of values, sir. Any number
Yeah.
of values.
Correct.
Okay, sir. I have that doubt only. Now it is
Okay.
clear.
So this matrix multiplication, if I run it, I'll share these programs. You can, go through it later.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is the matrix multiplication. So this is about the arrays, right? So array in summary is index starts with 0, ends with, so n minus 1. Arrays can be 1-dimensional as well as 2-dimensional. So you can declare it or initialize it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And array data type could be primitive data type or custom data type. Okay. And the arrays are all once declared, they're fixed size. So you cannot change the size. But if you want to have a dynamic size changing, that is called array list. When we go to the collections, I'll explain that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now let's go to the Next, most important one, it's called strings. What is the purpose of strings? Can somebody tell me?
To declare the words, sir.
Okay,
Set
give me
of
an example.
characters. Set of characters.
Give me an example. Where do we use in the real life?
That's
Name.
my name and your name and places names. If you want to include names or
Exactly,
spellings,
right?
words.
Basically, so if you look at it, all the food items, food items are what type is the food item? What is the data type of food
Name.
items?
String,
String.
sir. Because
String,
group
right?
of characters.
Exactly. So the string is the most heavily used data type, right? Because all the group of characters, lots of data has to be, most of the information is strings. So the first heavily used is strings. Then after that, the primitive data types uses,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So you need to be familiar with all the string, and the string has a lot of operations are possible with string. We will look at some of those operations, right? So what is string? The definition is an object that sequence of values. Okay, one more thing, string is called immutable. Do
Why,
you know
sir?
the meaning of immutable? Immutable is you cannot change it, right? So
Sir, arrays also immutable, sir.
no,
Because
arrays is not immutable. Arrays can be changed. You can declare it, initialize the values, you can change the values.
okay,
Okay.
sir.
So
Okay.
string is an immutable. String is immutable. What is immutable? For
You can't
example,
change.
if you say declare string s equal to welcome, so that welcome and you have s equal to welcome, and say string s1 equal to welcome, both are pointing to the same string. That is what it is mean by immutable.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So these are all basically is if you have welcome is being used by multiple string object, they all point to the same. They are all
Same
maintained
object.
in the string pool.
Okay, sir.
So string is a read-only structure. Immutable means read-only. Whereas the other ones are there, which are called string buffer and string builder. String buffer and
String builder.
string builder are not, they are all mutable. You can declare it, assign the values and reassign the values. So what is the reassign the values? In the same memory location, the value will be overwritten. Whereas immutable means once the value is assigned to one memory location, it will not be overwritten.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that is the difference between string buffer and string builder.
Builder. Okay.
Okay, the string, the advantage of string, why is string? That is because of the faster performance. Because of the faster performance, string is used. If you want to change the values of string multiple times, then you use the string buffer or string builder.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
right? So,
Sir, how to declare string buffer and string builder, sir? Because you
same
declare
way. So same way, string instead of string, you say string buffer or string builder. The both are the data types.
Okay.
So you can say string buffer s1 equal to welcome or string builder s1 equal to welcome.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so when you declare string buffer or string builder, you can change the values. That
Okay,
means
sir.
same memory location, the value if you change it, will be overwritten with the new value.
Okay.
Whereas in case of a string, the value will not be overwritten.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that's the difference between string. So string has lots of operations are there, right? So we will
Yes, sir.
see what are those operations and what is the purpose of these operations.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
let me show you string. What are all the right? Can you all see the code? The code?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so one of the first operation is called length. What does it tell you? It will tell you the length of the string, right? So how do you get the length? So it's called string.length method. Will give you the size of the string in terms of the characters. Okay. The next operation is called caret. What is caret? It will tell you X. So this is the same as array. How is string is stored as? How is string is stored as sequence of characters with using the index. So what does it mean? H is 0. H is at 0 and E is at 1. L is at 2. L is at 3. This is 4. So the string is same as an array, but only the array of characters. String is stored as array of character in a consecutive memory location. String is stored as array of characters in a consecutive memory location. So that is the reason caret 7. What is the caret 7? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we say it will give you the characters W.
W.
We say it will give you the return the W character.
W character.
Okay. What is a substring? Substring you want to extract. So from starting index 7 till 11. When we say 12, 12 is not included. 7 to 11, whatever are the characters. So it will extract and give you the substring.
Sir, wait, sir. From 7 to 12, it will give the output.
1 second. Hello.
Sir, from 7 to 12, it will give the output.
Portal idea. అవునవును అది మర్చిపోయి క్యాన్సిల్ చేయండి బై మిస్టేక్ చేశాను నేను ఒక ఉంది ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది బై మిస్టేక్ వచ్చింది అది ఓకే రైట్ ఓకే సో దిస్ ఈజ్ substring is from the index 7 till 12 minus 1 whatever all the characters put together is given as a substring. You understand this? Substring?
Yes, sir. 7 is the
Okay.
starting index and 12 is the ending.
Not 12. 12 minus 1.
12
is
minus 1.
excluded.
Okay, sir.
12 is excluded. 7 to 11 only.
7 is only starting index.
7 is starting and then ending index is 11.
Okay, sir.
11 is included and 12 is excluded.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Similarly, concat. What is concat?
Adding.
So it takes two strings and add this string at the end. For example, hello world, how are you? So it will print hello world, how are you as the string and that is being assigned to the concatenated string.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then index of. What is an index of? So this character, what is the location of this character? It gives the index of that location.
Okay, sir.
So in this case, what is index of? It will return that comma, right? Basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
Yes,
it will
sir.
return that's it, right? That is called index of.
Okay.
What is last index of? What is the difference between? The last index of is search starts at the end.
End.
So you can have the same character multiple times, right? So index of means it starts from the beginning. Last index of means it starts to search from the end.
Sir, can you show the output for that?
Yeah, no, I'll show you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then compare string. What is the comparison? You wanted to know whether two strings are equal or not. Then you will use equal. And if you want to ignore the case, there is something called equals ignore case. You understand the difference between equals and equals ignores case?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if it is capital letters and small letters are there
So
in the
case
string.
means only the.
Exactly. In case of equal, they are different.
Okay,
they
sir.
are considered differently in case of equal. They are not considered at all. That is called equals ignore case.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Starts with. What is starts with? So whether it will tell you whether a particular
false.
string starts with hello and a particular string ends with, then it returns which is Boolean, true
Okay,
or not.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that is called
Okay.
starts with and
Ends,
ends with.
ends with.
Okay, and then you can also convert a string into lowercase by using two lowercase method. You can convert the string to uppercase, completely to uppercase, using the method called uppercase.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then the trim. What does the trim do? Trim will remove the spaces at the beginning of the string and end of the string, but not in between.
Okay,
If
sir.
there is a space in between a string, it will not remove them. Only at the beginning of the string, it removes it, and end of the string. That is called trim method will take care of that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Then replace. What is replace? You want to replace one character with another character. It takes the L and replace it with Z. Replace all means if L is occurred more than once, it replaces all the characters of L with Z. That is the difference between replace and replace all. Okay. Split. What is split? So if you want to split the given, for example, hello comma world is there. So when you do that, it creates an array of strings. So you have hello world, right? You are splitting at comma. Hello is one word and string. Okay. Where do we use this split?
Sir, please explain split.
So for example, split, we are passing comma, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now look at the string here. What is the string? Hello comma.
Hello world. Hello, comma world.
When
So
comma
it
is
is,
encountered, it will
yeah, at the till hello, it takes as one string, and from here it returns a string. So these
Okay,
two
sir.
are given as a two different strings. Hello is one string, and space world is another string.
Sir,
It returns two
definition.
strings.
Can you please tell the definition? I'll write that.
Yeah. See, what is the purpose of this? You know, have you heard of comma separated values?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See what happens is you have multiple different colleges, right?
Yes, sir.
So now these different colleges, they have to send the data to CBSE or to the central government or state government, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Students' information need to be shared by all the different colleges to the university, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So how do they store? So you have 100 or 200 different engineering colleges are there. So now 200 and 300 different engineering colleges, they need to send their one is students information to the university, and they need to send their professor information to the university. How do they send it? Each college will create a CSV file, comma separated value, student number, comma, student name, comma, student registration number, student class, branch, all those are comma separated values like this,
Okay, sir.
right? So what does it do? Student number, comma, name, comma, class, year, okay? So then basically your mobile number, right? Like this to the university. So what does the university do? University receives like this. There are 200 files it receives from 200 colleges.
Yes, sir.
And what do? They use this Spring program. They read this file, read this string, and then use the method called split to extract these individual values
Okay, sir.
and store it in their database. So the university database now will have all the students across all the engineering colleges. Data is available. Similarly, all the staff, all the professors of all the engineering colleges in the database of the university. So that is the purpose of split is used. Okay? Is clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Ashi, chepnana. అర్థం కాల ఏమో చూడాలి ఒకసారి తెలియదు ఓకే చూసి చెప్తా Okay, class lo Okay, so that is the purpose of this split method.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
so trim, split. Okay, so these are all the method. Now let's run it and see what are the values, right? I have actually I have shared the code. I'm putting in the Google Drive and sharing the code. I don't know how many of you are actually checking it.
I checked it, sir.
Okay, what about others? Did you all check the code? Every day I'm actually putting all the code, source code, sample code in the Google Drive. That link is shared with all of you. Okay, so now all these codes will be shared. I'll put it in the Google Drive and share with you. You can use it as a reference. So now, okay, let's go through the values, output values, right? So now what is the length here? 13. What is the first method?
Length
So if you look at it, what is the first method?
length of
Yeah, the first method it prints is called length. See, you see here, length of the string is 13.
Yes, sir.
Second is character at 7, which is W, right? Substring is 7 to 11.
11.
That is
W
word,
to. Yes, sir.
right? So it's called word, 7 to 11. So now the next method is called concatenated string.
Concatenated.
Right? Hello world, how are you?
Yes,
So that
sir.
is concatenated.
Yes, sir.
Index of comma. What is index of comma? That is 5.
5.
Last index is called 10. So how did it 10 come here if it starts from here? L, right?
Right.
Because L, how many times L appeared?
3 times.
3 times.
3 times. So we are asking last index. That means it starts the search here, right? So this is 13. So that is 11. So it gives the index of this character, right? So that is the last index. Case sensitive. So next is, so you want to see equality. So compare the hello world. They are equal. They are not equal. That is false. If you look at here, that is false. Why it is false? Because the
Hello,
W is
HNW.
original has capital W. And we are comparing this with small w. That is why it's false. Right? In this case, it is true. Because, so we are using the ignore case. That is why it returned the true. Right? So next is, it starts with hello. That is true. Ends with word. That is also true. Right? So next is lower case. Hello world is converted to lower case, right? So this one is converted to lower case, and the next is all converted to uppercase, right? So now this one has a lot of spaces if you look at it in the beginning and end. So when you print the string, all the spaces are removed, right? If you look at it, the spaces are removed from the beginning and end, right? So then replace L with Z. So you see here, all L's are replaced with Z. Okay. Replace all with okay, yeah, okay. This replace all L with Z. That is wrong. It should be only one L should be replaced. It did both then. Okay, we'll see that. Okay. Okay, we'll check up this. So replace all. I think both it gave the same output. Okay. Then split. If you look at it, split. So split words are hello and is one. So we are printing the hello and word separately. So here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So clear, these methods are all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so that's about the string. So arrays and string. Can somebody so you arrays and strings, you all understood both?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we will talk about wrappers. You know what is a wrapper class?
I know only one thing, sir. Because of wrappers only, Java is not a pure object-oriented
Okay,
programming
let me
language
tell you
systems.
what is a wrapper class. Okay. What is a wrapper class? See, the primitive data types like this bytes, no, all these. So they cannot be directly stored in the collections. Okay. Collection data structure will not allow you to store the primitive data type directly. Okay. So that is the reason. So the custom data type is created for each of the primitive type. Byte, there is a byte class called wrapper class, which will start with capital B. All the difference is these are all small and the wrapper classes are all in capitals, Boolean. That is the only difference. So then, so the reason is the collection, if you want to store in the array list an integer, you cannot declare the integer. An array allows you to declare it, but if you want to store the array list, store the integers, you cannot store the integers. So then you have to use the integer class. So these are all called wrapper classes. Okay, you all understood the difference? For all the primitive data type, you cannot store them directly in the collection object. So for the reason, so then you need to store them as an object. So to have the objective definition of this, so then there are called wrapper classes. Okay. So the what is difference is the first letter is have to be in the uppercase. That's the difference between primitive data type versus the equivalent class. Byte, BYT is small, then capital B, YT is this thing. Similarly, int, but the only difference is int. It is called 3, it is called integer. Other than that, rest are all exactly same. Double, double, character, character, boolean, boolean. Only for int is called integer. Okay, these are all the wrapper classes. Okay, so now if you look at it, yeah, then there is something called boxing and unboxing. What is the definition of boxing and unboxing? So you can assign the primitive data type to the object type or object type to the primitive data type. So directly using your equivalent statement. So it automatically converts primitive data type to the object or object to the primitive data type. That is called the
Sir,
boxing and
sir, we converting primitive data type into object. What it is called?
yeah, see, one is boxing is called primitive data type to the object is called boxing, and converting the object to the primitive data type is called unboxing.
Okay, sir.
So what is box? For example, what is so in the real world, what is the definition of wrapping?
Packing.
Package.
Where do we use the word wrapping?
Covering
Restaurant.
something.
Huh?
Restaurant, sir.
No, wrapper. Where do you use the wrapper?
To pack
Cover
something.
something, sir.
No, gift wrappers. Have you not heard the word called gift wrapper?
Heard,
Sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So we take a gift. While giving it, do we give the gift directly? We put a wrapper, right? Beautiful wrapper. Wrap
Yes,
it
sir.
with gift cover and give it, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's where it comes from. So the primitive data type is wrapped with the objects.
Okay,
So
sir.
that is called boxing. When you want to convert the primitive data type to the object, so you are wrapping it. That
Okay,
is called
sir.
boxing. And you want to remove the wrapper and make it primitive, that is called unboxing.
Okay, sir.
Clear? So let me run and show you the values. Right? So here you're assigning the object to the primitive here. Okay, printing the values. And here you are declaring the primitive to the objects. Okay, so these are all the primitive values. So here you are assigning the primitive values to the objects. And here you are assigning the object values to the primitive.
Sir, can you please
Okay.
explain boxing program?
Sorry?
Boxing program, sir.
Okay, so what is boxing here? For example, what is the primitive? These are all the primitive values, right?
Yes, sir.
So then this primitive value, for example, byte b equal to 10, right? So you are
Yes, sir.
assigning byte object equal to b.
Okay, sir.
So like this, we are assigning the primitive value to the object. That is called the boxing or auto boxing.
Okay, sir.
So now unboxing, if you look at it here, what is unboxing here? The object values are assigned to the primitive values are assigned to the object values, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
the object values are assigned to the, this is an object, byte object, assigned to the byte value. So that is called unboxing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, those are all the values that are printed. These are all the primitive values printed here. Okay, and here the object values are printed here.
Sir, I understood the boxing, but I can't understand unboxing, sir.
It's the same way as, if you know the gift wrapper.
Yes,
So
sir.
for giving somebody, what do? You wrap the gift, right?
Yes, sir.
So the person who is receiving it, what does he do?
They
You unwrap
remove
it.
that. Mm,
So that is
yes,
called
sir.
unboxing.
The program, sir. I can't understand the program.
No, see. So now this is the value. For example, if you look at it, if you take this,
Mm.
okay, where is the value of the integer located? In the object.
Yes, sir.
So now the value need to be unwrapped from the object and assign it to the primitive value, right? So that is unwrapping, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is called unboxing here. Hello? Shibu? ఒక్క రోజుకి ఇస్తాడా ఇప్పుడు అలో చేశాడా సరే ఓకే ఓకే సరే బాయ్ okay, so you clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now okay, let's have summary of this. So let's go back and look at what is the value. Can you tell me the values of array?
Array value, sir.
What can somebody summarize the array? What all we discussed in the array?
Array is collection of similar data types.
Right.
We have two types of arrays: one-dimensional array, multi-dimensional array.
Mm-hmm.
We can declare array in two ways: by using by declaring that, and also we can directly declare that, and also initializing the value.
Right.
These two ways are to declare the array. And
Right.
in two-dimensional array, once you declare the multi-dimensional array, we can take number of values and number of data.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay. Mm-hmm.
that's it, sir.
Okay, and then what about the string? Can somebody summarize this string? Prashant or Rekha, can somebody summarize the string operations?
Strings are immutable. String buffer and string builders are mutable, sir. We have different characters like the substring, and we can find the length and concatenate the string, and we can find the index and the last index, and we can convert lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase.
Right.
And we find equals, and we can replace the values, and we can trim.
Mhm.
Split also there, sir. Split and also we have string builder and string buffer. These two
Right.
are mutable. We
Okay.
can change the value, but in string we can't change the value once you set that value. It
Okay.
is only
Okay.
read only. String is only read only.
Okay.
And also we have lost index of method and also index of method equals ignore case, start with, end with, two lowercase, two uppercase, replace or split. That's
Okay.
it, sir.
These are the functions of string, sir.
Okay. Then what is the last topic we talked about?
Wrapper classes.
Okay. So what is the purpose of wrapper class?
All primitives are not stored in a collection. That's why we use the wrapper classes. In wrapper
Mhm.
classes, we have two methods, that is boxing and unboxing. Boxing
Mhm.
means we can convert a primitive data type into the object. Unboxing means we can convert the object into the primitive. For
Mhm.
example, in boxing, if I declare byte d equals to 10, I can
Mhm.
convert that is by uh, writing the byte and the name of that variable equals to by assigning the byte value, and we can print that variable. You can get the boxing. In unboxing, we can declare that value byte, and also we have to mention the variable name, and also we can
Mhm.
directly assign the byte value, and we can, if you print that, we'll get the unboxing method.
Okay. All right. Okay. The last topic, the pass by value and pass by reference. Have you heard of it?
I heard, yes, sir.
Okay. So can somebody tell me what is the difference between pass by value or pass by reference?
Modifying the value with value is called pass by value, and modifying the value with some other address is called pass by reference.
Okay. All right. So let me explain what is actually pass by value used. You use it for the primitive data types. So Java is by default. So what is actually passing? What is the purpose of this passing the values? Where do we use this passing of the values?
In a memory location.
No. The passing happens between methods. What is this passing the value is? So one method passes the values to the another method. That is called passing of the values. Okay. So
Okay,
the method has what? What is the definition of a method? So can somebody tell me? We talked a lot about, right? What is the definition of a method?
Method is a call by value.
No. Method definition we
Black of
talked
code,
about,
sir.
right?
Perform specific task.
What is the definition of a method?
Method is a block of code. When we called only, it perform the specific
Now,
actions.
what is the syntax of a method declaration?
Um,
Access specifier.
access specifier, return type, and also method name, and also parameter list.
Exactly. So the fourth is called parameters. So what is the purpose of these parameters here?
Parameters.
What is the purpose of these parameters?
If you give that parameter, if you not mention the parameters, there is no need to call that parameters in main method. If you mention the parameter list, we can call that method by giving the parameters list.
No, I didn't get it. Can you repeat again? What is the purpose of these parameters here in the method? What is the purpose of the parameters in the method?
It is list of variables in a method declaration.
Correct, but the declaration is there. But what is the purpose of these parameters in the method? That is passing the values, right? So why do we
Yes,
use
sir.
methods actually? What is the purpose of method? Somebody tell me. What is the purpose of methods?
It is used to perform specific actions. It's a black
Exactly,
box
right?
code.
Basically, so what is the purpose of method? A method performs a specific task.
When it is called.
No. But when do we actually, what do we do? The program is, how do we organize the program? The data is organized using the data structure, right?
Yes, sir.
So the program code is organized as
Methods.
a classes. So the program contains what? A data and actions, right? Every software contains data and actions,
Yes, sir.
right? So what
Yes,
kind
sir.
of an actions are there in the programs? For example, Swiggy, what kind of an actions are required? A restaurant search is an action, right?
Yes, sir. Restaurant search,
Food
your
item
food
search is
items.
an action.
Mm.
Adding the food
Um,
items to the shopping cart is an action. Paying is an action, right? Then physical world action is food preparation,
Yes, sir.
right? Delivery is physical world action.
Yes, sir.
But the software world action is search for restaurant, search for food items, add them to the shopping cart. These are all the information actions.
Yes, sir.
And then place an order. So that's where the software ends. And then the physical world takes over. The food is prepared and delivered to this thing. So in the software world of actions are performed through what? Program. The
Yes, sir.
software world actions are performed. How are the software world actions are performed?
By calling that function, sir.
These are all, see, the software is sequence of instructions, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the instructions? Instructions are grouped as actions.
Yes, sir.
Every software is caught at the end of the day. What do we use software for? To perform some actions,
Yes, sir.
activities,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? What
Mm.
kind of an actions? You take the Swiggy, you use to search for food and order the food. You use the Uber for search for vehicle and book the vehicle. These are all actions. But
Yes, sir.
those actions are software actions through programs.
Yes, sir.
So the program is organized as a classes, and each class is organized as a data and as well as actions. And each action is performed by the methods.
Yes, sir.
Because
Method
so
executed
otherwise
duly
what
calling.
happens if you do not have the methods, then the entire program is written as consecutive some 10,000 lines, 20,000 lines, a lot of duplicate code is written.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's where the program. So the methods contains what? A method will have an input parameter and output parameter. A method takes the input, performs some action, and returns the value.
Yes, sir.
For example, a GST has to be computed. You know all GST, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is GST?
Government
For
service
example,
tax.
if you look at it here, what is GST? You all know what is GST?
Yes, sir. I know.
What
This
is GST?
tax.
Good
Government
service
service.
tax. Good service.
So what is GST? Let's say, right? So now you are ordering the food. So now they take the GST from you,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So you ordered 2 veggie burgers, right? 2 vegetable burgers you ordered. So let's say is 300 rupees. Then 2 chicken burgers you ordered. Okay. So which is 400 rupees. So what do? You want to compute the GST for 700. So what do? You write a method called compute GST. What is the input here? Input is it's float cost. And what
Yes.
should be the output? Is a float. Clear? So what does this method need to do? It has to take the cost, right? Float GST equal to cost star, let's say assume 18%. Okay, return GST. You all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
How many of you understand this method? So this is a method, right?
Yes, sir. This is method.
Sir, I have not understand.
See, this is the method you have to write. So you ordered the 2 vegetable burgers and 2 chicken burgers. What is the total value? 700 rupees.
700
So
rupees.
that 700 you send it here.
Mm.
Okay. What does it do? 700 into 18. So then it's around 100 rupees as a GST. So it computes the GST and returns it. Who uses this method?
Nobody is using that method, sir.
No, this method will be used by the order processing of Swiggy.
Yes,
Order
sir.
processing is a program, right?
Yes, sir.
And one of the method order processing uses is this compute GST.
Yes, sir.
And what is this is input parameter. What is this is called?
Input parameter.
Input parameter. And this is the output parameter.
Output parameter. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Mm.
So a method will have input parameter and output. A method, what does a method do? It takes the input, computes the GST and returns the output of GST to the order processing program.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this parameter passing is called pass by value and pass by reference. There are 2 ways. In Java, programs are passed by value.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Programs are passed by value.
So that sir, can you show that program?
Yeah, I'll show you the program. Diagram. Okay, let's go back to the program. Let me explain the here. So you have pass by value, right? Here, for example, in that is primitive type is number 10,
Yes.
right? So this is calling what? Modify method is
value.
calling the method called modify value and passing this value 10. This is the method, right? So main method is calling what method is calling? Modify value method is called. Okay. And what is it passing? It's passing the parameter called number. Okay. So we talked about this. These methods are being handled using stack. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
So here
Here
main method
method is
calls
declared, but it is not
Exactly. Main
defined.
method calls the modify value. Then this 10 is this is called what kind of a variable is this?
Integer.
No, this is a local variable. Remember, we talked about 3 different types of variable, right?
Yes, sir. It is local.
This is local variable because it is declared inside the method.
Yes, sir.
So the 10 is passed as parameter to modify value. Then what happens? This modify value is stored as different memory location. This is at a different memory location and this is at a different memory location. Right? So then this value is changed from to, it received the 10 and it changed it to 20. Okay. So now if you print the value of number here, what do you think will be the number here? The method is called
20.
here
20.
and the number is printed here. Number is printed before calling the method and number is printed after calling the method.
20 after calling a method, it will be 20.
No, it will not be. That is what is called the why, because this memory location is different from this memory location. That's what we're talking about, right? So every method has a separate memory location, right? That is what is the stack processing. Remember that? So every method has separate memory location. So every method is managed using the stack.
Yes, sir.
This is local variable. What kind of a variable is this?
Local
This
variable.
This is local to this method and this is local to this method. So this is a separate memory location and this is separate memory location.
Yes,
So
sir.
this value is changed within the, here this method only it is changed.
Yes, sir.
So once this method is over, and this value will not be changed. It is still 10 and this is still 10. That's called pass by value. Let me run it and show you. So before calling method is 10 and before modification is 10. Inside these two are inside. These two are inside this method.
Yes, sir.
After calling the modify again, the value is 10 here because those are all the two different locations. So the pass by value, the primitive data types are, they're all pass by value. That means they're copied from one method to another method. So the copied values, when they are changed, the original values will not be changed. That is what is the meaning of pass by value. Clear?
Yes, sir, can you please tell the definition again?
Sorry?
Definition, sir. Pass by value definition.
See, here I've explained using a stack, right? If you look at it here. So how is this managed? So we said main method. First is called, what is the method is calling? So once the main method is called, then modify value is called, right? So
Yes,
in the
sir.
main method, so what is the memory location here? Int number, int value equal to 10, right? Then
Yes.
modify value is called. So here again, int value, that is a different memory location here, int value,
Yes, sir.
right? So this 10 is copied from here to here.
Yes, sir.
Then he changed it to, at statement 21, he changed the value to 20. So where is it changed? Which memory location the value changed from 10 to 20? That is the memory location
Memory
within the
location.
modify value,
Yes, sir.
right? So then once this method is over, this is removed from the stack,
Okay, sir.
right? So the main method memory location still at 10 only. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So the primitive data types are always copied. The values are being copied from one method to another method, and the called method, if it changes it, the calling method value will not change. That is called a, okay. What is the reference? All the objects are basically located. Objects are, how do we reference the objects are?
Reference variable and also by using
As a
UTF.
memory location, right?
Memory
For example, now look at the pass by reference. There earlier we have used the primitive data type.
Primitive data type.
So now we are using the custom data type called class. Okay. So we have declared a class called my class, and it has a instance variable called value, right? So this is the constructor. We're constructing the value. These are the getters and setter values. Okay. So what are we doing? We created an object called my object is being created, right? So then that my object is being passed to the method called modify object. Okay. So inside the object, it is setting the value to 20. So what's the difference here? Let me just explain. The difference between that and this is, so what's the difference here? So here also again, main object, main method calls the modify object. So what's the difference here? So in the main, it calls this thing. So here, my object is created, right? So what is the my object here? It is called the memory location. So when an object is created, so it is called the memory location, right? So now this my object is passed to here, my object.
My object.
So what is being passed here? Memory location
Memory
address is
location
copied.
address will be passed.
Memory location address is copied,
Passed. Yes, sir.
right? So once the memory location, then what is it doing? It is using the memory location address. It is changing the value from 10 to 20.
20.
Since the address is changed here, when it comes back here, the value is changed here, right?
Yes, sir.
That is what is the difference between pass by reference and pass by value.
Pass
Now
by
if you run it,
value. Run it.
okay, if we run it here,
10, 20. Yes, sir. Sir, we have to insert one flower bracket. We have to insert.
it's there.
Yes.
Huh?
Sir, we have to check it from.
In comment section, yeah, now it's okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Correct.
So let's run this. Okay, so now if you look at it here, so modify object, the value is 10. After calling the modify object, you change it to 20.
20.
Okay, so that's because my object is being passed, but that is again memory location is copied here. The difference between primitive object copying. So what is being here? Memory location is copied. So whatever is the memory location, it point the value is pointed. This memory location is pointing to this value. So the value is changed means it is changed here also.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So that is pass by reference means when you use the reference to change the values, those values gets changed at everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
for objects, what kind of memory we are going using, we discussed earlier.
For object, we are using heap memory, sir.
Heap memory, correct. Okay. For the local variables, what kind of memory was used?
Stack.
That is called what? Stack memory, right?
Yes, sir.
For local variables, it's stack memory. Objects, it uses the
Heap
heap memory.
memory.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So that's the, so we talked about pass by value, pass by references, wrappers, arrays, and strings here. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
start the quiz quickly.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let me share the link. Okay, so that's the quiz for today.